Survival Late Night Live. Thanks for watching. Happy Easter. Happy Resurrection Day. He is risen. How did Google celebrate Easter? Let's see. Oh, where's all the pictures that they normally have? Oh, they didn't do that for Easter, even though 2.8 billion people observe Easter. But you do recall that they did International Women's Day, Gay Pride, Juneteenth, and then we have Easter. Okay, well. So then I thought, let me Google what holiday is today. And this is what pops up. Do it on your phone. What holiday is today? National Chicken Little Awareness Day. It is it not amazing to you that the hate for Christianity, if you want to know if you're doing something right, it's because they hate you, right? So yeah, National Chicken Little Awareness Day. I didn't even know that existed. The 2.8 billion people celebrate Easter, and we're going to put that as the top holiday. Yeah. Anyway, let's talk about Easter in Biden's America, and how eggs are extremely expensive. So what is everybody doing? Instead of eggs, how about decorating Easter potatoes, right? So people are turning to potatoes for Easter celebrations because eggs are so expensive. You see this, right? People are literally decorating potatoes. This is Joe Biden's America. So you can say Orange Man bad and all this. However, little kids are not hiding potatoes for Easter. But not only that, in Biden's America, we have little kids just ransacking Walgreens.
The stove from stealing. Look at him. Look at him. Oh my God. Oh my God. Ooh, they badass kids.
4, 5, 6 kids come here and they just come back to the door one agent. Basically,
we gotta do better, people. We have to do better.
Yeah, that's Joe Biden's America. Little kids are ransacking stores in the middle of the day. And you may say, where are they learning this from? Well,
CVS Pharmacy at Van Ness and Jackson in San Francisco, this time just before 6 Monday night. It's the latest grab-and-go crime in San Francisco that's forced many drugstores in the city to close. The man who took this video tells me he feels sorry for the workers who have lost their jobs or have had their hours reduced because of what he called out-of-control shoplifting. Organized retail theft has become such a hot-button issue that it's now a point of focus in the upcoming gubernatorial recall election. Former San Diego Mayor Kevin Faulconer spoke outside the shuttered Walgreens at Larkin and Bush in San Francisco, blasting the governor.
A governor who has supported the lessening of laws when it comes to stealing items under $950, lowering those consequences.
At a news conference last week, Newsom said he signed a new law that maintains task forces across the state that crack down on retail theft. San Francisco Police Chief Bill Scott supports the legislation.
When they see these things go viral.
So yeah, that's Joe Biden's America, man. These snatch and grab robberies have become all the rage in blue states. I saw someone here in the comments say they hate their generation so much, and I actually heard Dana White saying the other day, like in a podcast, it was a clip. I didn't watch the podcast. I have no idea what podcast it was on, but he was talking about this generation being a bunch of PUSSs, and it's if you're a hard worker, you're a savage, and just steamroll these people. Grind it out and you'll make it, because these people don't want to work. This generation, they're lazy, they're entitled, they're living off social media, playing video games. They think they're supposed to be a billionaire. Everybody wants to be a social media influencer. Literally, you don't even know how many people, even grown guys that I've seen, that want to be social media influencers. Like that's what they want to do as a career. Like it's incredible. Nobody wants to work. Everybody wants to be famous. I have no idea why you don't want to be famous. It's not. I mean, Kurt Cobain literally offed himself because of it. So per what they say. So anyway, a little off topic too. There's been a huge Ukraine U.S. intelligence document leak out there. They say it's bigger than the Snowden leaks. And it's about a lot of different things, but a lot of it has to do with U.S. spying on its allies. And just go take a look at it if you get a chance. I guess it was leaked on some gaming stuff. They're trying to say, oh, it's misinformation and blah, 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 blah. But we all know what that means. If they say it's misinformation, that means it's true. Yeah, somebody, this guy right here is Screw being famous. Me too, man. Just want to be left alone. I want to be left alone. Anyway, let's talk about the bread and butter of tonight's video. People always have asked me for many years, hey, man, do you think that our military will stand in the way between the corruption and tyranny? Hell no. They're going to be right there, the foot soldiers for it. And I'm going to show a video clip from a Army drill sergeant. And yeah, she's wanting to take your guns. She said guns are the problem, you know. Let me play it real quick. Now, I had to pull it from the freaking, because I couldn't get it off of TikTok, but I had to pull it from the Patriot Twins, so don't judge me. But here we go.
It's guns.
That's stupid.
Name one mass shooting that has occurred without a gun.
No shit.
Oh, that's crazy. That's not possible. And I know some smart ass is going to be like, name one car accident that has occurred without a car. It is not the same.
So she's a staff sergeant, drill sergeant.
It is not the same. And if you can't see that, then you are part of the problem. A car was invented for the sole purpose.
And also, let's just make it clear that she's making essentially a political statement while she's wearing uniform.
Of travel. That is its sole intended purpose, is to travel. A weapon system, a gun, was created with the sole purpose of destroying whatever you pointed at. That is it.
No. Guns are not, they're designed for protection, fighting off tyranny, hunting, you name it. I mean, a gun's not designed to just destroy everything. Can it? Yeah, but so can a hammer.
Sole purpose. And don't you weaponize mental health unless you have a solution on how to get universal health care for everybody so that they can.
So there we go. Universal health care. You already know what that she voted for Joe Biden.
Get that mental health treatment that you just think will magically happen. That person obtained those weapons legally. You can't say that more laws will only prevent good people from getting guns.
So I always go back to people when they say this is that, you know, more laws won't stop. Nothing will stop bad people with bad intentions. So in prison, you can't have guns, right? I always say this line, but people get murdered in prison all the time, right? But again, she's in uniform making a political statement. You know, whenever you cannot do that. That's against the code because you're essentially making a statement for the U.S. Army. If you remember the TikTok video of the girl, soldier, maybe last year, where she was talking about martial law and she would be basically turning her firearms, her rifle on American citizens and all this sort of nonsense. But again, this is happening more and more with our military, where they're becoming much more vocal on their pro-Marxism, pro-woke ideology.
It is abhorrent and unacceptable that children in this country have seen more combat than I have in my 8 years in the fucking army, dude. Come on.
She says that children have seen more combat than maybe in Chicago, right? I mean, that's just a dumb statement because if we look at the statistical data, mass shootings is on the very low end of the spectrum for deaths. The other thing is that if you go Google it, though, it's going to say that it's the number one cause of death for children. But the reason why they do that is because they lump in gang shootings, suicides, and all. But if you were to look at mass shootings, right, comparatively, I mean, there's kids being abused by their parents, killed by their parents. There's more kids being killed by their parents than there are by mass shooters, right? So it is, she said, aberrant. It is abhorrent for her to think or say even the stuff that she's saying. You know, she's a drill sergeant who's training new Army soldiers. What do you think she's training them, right? She also is in the military, so that means that she took an oath. She swore an oath to the Constitution. You know, didn't she swear on that? And the Second Amendment is there. So this is what we have in our military right now, you know, and this is scary. This is a staff sergeant, drill sergeant. So she's training a slew of soldiers. It's the same thing. And they're probably hand selecting these guys, just like at universities. You go to universities right now, and what you're going to see is that these professors, this has been going on for 40 years in universities. It's just woke Marxist mills where they're churning out tons and tons of these kids that are morally superior, more intelligent by this just communist indoctrination. Hence why this generation is so lazy. They hate America. They think everything's supposed to be handed to them. You know, it starts in school, it starts in college, because this is who's training them. So she's probably hand selecting. They're probably hand selecting these people. Just like I did a video a few months ago about what they're doing to special forces. They're totally destroying it, putting in selected members that are of the woke mentality, right? They said they want to get away from big bearded guys wearing Oakleys. You know, they want more smart social justice type thing in the special forces, or special operations community. So what do you think is going to happen to our military when we take the focus off of warfighting, training warfighters, right? Mentoring them, to mentoring the same thing that's happening in university. It's been happening the past 30, 40 years. You know, and I think I told you this story before, but, you know, my wife went to a very prestigious college. I went to a very poor one where they would take my GI Bill. And, you know, I'm older than she is, about 10 years. But anyway, so obviously I did my, you know, time in the military, then went to college, and she was in college and university. And so she had to take all these other classes, like these feminism and all this sort of stuff. That's not what the classes were called, but it was like just being pushed on her, you know. And then, you know, she was very aware of it. However, her friends, like, you could see them changing, like they were soaking it up, you know. So I remember one time, like, they were all hanging out, and I'd mentioned something about having a gun, and oh my gosh, it was like, you know, I was killing kittens. You know, I mean, I was setting kittens on fire or something. So this has been happening for a very long time, and now the same thing that was happening there in universities is happening in our military. It's been happening in our schools too. I mean, it's been a progression, but it's there now, and it's there full force. I mean, it's happening in churches. It's happening in churches. You see LGBT flags flying outside of churches, man. I mean, it's gone, right? But yeah, again, that's a political statement. She needs to be reprimanded. You know, she put her account private. That's why I couldn't pull the video from her directly, because she was getting a ton of backlash, as she should. But for her to be so comfortable by putting that on social media means that it's very much accepted in our military today and amongst her peers, right? Because you imagine going completely again, if you, like during my time in the military, if I was to put something out like that, I'd be slammed by everybody that knew me. They'd be like, you don't know the Constitution, man? Didn't you swear an oath? I mean, probably get put up on charges, probably be court-martialed, you know. But it's yeah, that's right. Sorry, looking at the comment. Anyway, so go grab one of our SBRTs, support us, and show your love for the pew-pews to everybody, okay? Go grab them up while they're last. This is part of our new arsenal collection we're going to go through with a bunch of firearms, so don't miss out. Suppressed SBR. Go grab one. They fit nice, very well made shirt. We don't mess with no junk. We're not putting a gilding. You know, you look good in our shirts, trust me. There's so many people that I see that they print these shirts, like their shirts are printed on gildings. Look like you're wearing a damn hand towel. No, you're gonna look good in our shirts. Go grab one. Anyway, I posted a meme. I don't have it. Maybe I should just try to show you on my phone. I posted a meme on Instagram. And if you're not following me on Instagram, go follow me on Instagram, guys. Okay. So I posted this meme right there. It says Pentagon, hexagon, octagon, and then the Ukraine flag, and your money's gone, right? I didn't make any note, didn't say anything else about it, right? But I got a bunch of hate, man. A bunch of hate, right? From a bunch of survivalists too, at that, like people that call themselves survival, like in their title is survivalist. And truly, man, that's why I moved away from the survivalist community, because like once I started like speaking my mind about these things, about the way the world's headed, I got so much backlash from the survivalist community, the one I've been in for so long, because I realized that most of these are filled with American hating leftists. The survival community is filled with American hating leftists. The biggest way you can, see it is to go over there to their Instagram page and then look at who they follow. If they're not following any freedom-loving people, and I mean outspoken freedom-loving people, then they're probably a closet communist. Okay. And yeah, man, you can go see the comments. Go to my Instagram page and Black Scout Survival Instagram page, not mine. Mine is Jack Richland. But go to Black Scout Survival Instagram page and look at what I posted and look at the hate on there. But I think it's been funny, man. Like I stir these beta boys up, man. They really do. Like I seen a guy comment, and thank you for the comments on the posts on the videos. But a guy commented that he follows a lot of guys like me, and he said that I stir these beta boys up worse than anybody, and it's unreal, because I really do. I don't see the amount of beta boys getting stirred up as much as I stir them up. Just by my existence. I'll post a motivational video of me working out. I'm trying to motivate. I'm trying to motivate you. I get hate. I posted about how the food I'm eating. People ask about what kind of food I eat, because abs are made in the kitchen, and get hate. Get hate. It's crazy. I'm just trying to help people, but I'd rather be hated for who I am than admired for who I'm not. Right. I'm not playing this game for likes. I'm not trying to get shares and clicks. I'm playing this game for freedom. I might have before. I'm not going to lie. Years ago, of course, that's what I wanted to do. I was doing YouTube. Well, I wasn't making videos for myself to watch. When I was on the survival stuff, tactical stuff, but now it's about freedom, man. It's why I'm now using the platform in the way I do. I'm trying to share how to attain and keep it, and show who is fighting against us. And yet I've never received, so much hate, even from people that say they're conservative or say they love freedom, right? They don't talk about LeBron James. They don't talk about CNN. They don't talk about Joe Biden. They talk about people like me. It's wild. Go to the Instagram page and just look at all the hate. I'm trying to prepare, help prepare you guys mentally, physically, spiritually, emotionally, trying to show you what has worked for me. Obviously, man, I said a while back that I don't, sit here and praise myself. I'm going to show you what I can do, right? There's videos of me shooting, videos of me rubbing sticks together to make fire. I'm freaking a pretty jacked dude that has a 6-pack. I mean, I'm going to show you what works. Like, I'm not going to lie to you, and I don't care about the haters, because you have to understand this, is that no hater is doing better than you. And so if you have a hater out there, you have haters, always know that they're not doing better than you, because if they were, they wouldn't be worried about you. They hate you because you're beating them, right? While they're worried about you, they're sitting here worried about you, thinking about you, you're beating them. A day with my family, with my tribe, and my God as a free man is infinitely more important and valuable than a day as a slave with a crowd of cowards. Okay. Join our tribe, guys. John, you loving the turkesterone? Good, brother. I'm telling you, I tell people this, like they're like, turkesterone don't work. Okay. And you look like a freaking potato yourself and you're saying it don't work. How do you know? Right? It's crazy. You know, you can be, you know, just you can show someone you're freaking vascular, ripped, but turkesterone, and they look like a potato shoving French fries in their mouth. Turkesterone don't work. Turkesterone works. Everyone that you see in here, I've not seen a person yet in the comments say that took it, that say every single person that took turkesterone and NMN says it works, right? Every single one. Drop the comments, guys. All the guys that are using it and ladies that are using it, drop the comment and let people see, right? Someone said, let your critics make you stronger. Listen to their hate. It can't hurt you. No, don't even listen to their hate. Don't even give them the time of day. You know, let them lose sleepless nights while you're out there grinding. You're out working them. And when they realize, when they look around and they've lost, right, and you won, right, because that's how it is. You're out doing them, right? I see people fighting themselves, each other in Facebook and stuff like that. Don't even worry about these people, man. Work on you. Get better. Beat them. Outperform them. Ignore them and outperform them. So, yeah, join our tribe. Let the cowards fight amongst themselves. Right. Hit the link below. Join the tribe, and also, we did the contest for the giveaway. It wasn't technically a raffle, but the giveaway for the coins. Right. We gave the coin. So if you didn't see that, you need to go back through the videos and find out which one it is and see if you won. Right. So we did that. We gave out the numbers of who won what there. So go check that out. But just checking some else comments. So Anon here says he swapped over here from synthetic T to turkesterone. He didn't even notice the PCT, post psychotherapy. So usually when you're on synthetic testosterone, your testosterone declines, right? And so it takes a while to get it going again. But with turkesterone, because it's an echisteroid, but non-hormonal, right? It takes the good stuff out of it. It's natural. It's a natural thing. It's found in plants. It's found in insects because they eat plants. And it will bridge the gap, definitely. So if you're wanting to get off synthetic testosterone, it's definitely a good way to bridge the gap. The other thing is that the DEA, we don't know what's going to happen. So a lot of people that are getting their stuff online from clinics may not be able to do that anymore. So turkesterone will be a good viable option for you. And NMN while it lasts. I would definitely recommend go get the link, use the code, go jump on that. But the thing is that turkesterone will bridge that gap for you. Okay. I mean, I cycle it personally. A lot of guys in the tribe don't cycle it. I cycle it because, man, it swells me up. Like, I mean, I will be a freaking bodybuilder. Like, I mean, I'll put on an insane amount of mass quickly, you know. So I cycle it and just kind of give my body a break, you know. And usually I do like 3 months on, 1 month off, 3 months on, 1 month off. But I know some guys that talked about maybe doing 2 weeks on, 1 week off, 2 weeks on, 1 week off. That may be something. I don't know if I'd want to take short breaks that short, though, because you kind of want to, you know, get your system, get it really filled into your system in your blood, saturated. Personally, I think that's the way it works. But, you know, but you can just experiment, try whatever you want. NMN, you'll feel it immediately. I'm talking about within 3 hours, you'll feel it. One of the guys from the tribe actually gave me a recommendation, because what I was doing was taking the NMN with coffee, right? And he said to drink my coffee and then take it after. And that was actually good because it gave me extended it. So it pushed me on. The other thing a friend of mine said is they split his dose. I was taking both pills at that time, but he split the dose. So AM and then PM, to have a steady level all day instead of a drop off later at night. So that may be something you want to try too as well. You can check out the link below. It's Black Forest Labs, and the code is down there as well. So check that out and get you some, right? So Monty says he took Turkesterone NMN and lost 40 pounds. All muscle. Good job, brother. Good to see you people succeeding, man. Anon sent some to family. Good job. not exactly. Not exactly. The only reason why it's in insects is because they eat plants. It's in plants. So yeah, the Tongat Ali, that's a new product they have with Cistanch. And it is a well researched. A lot of bodybuilders take it, a lot of fitness guys take it, and we'll probably talk about it in a video this week. I'll do a video explaining that stuff. Yeah, that is Philip. I have heard that as well, brother. Yeah, it is, Jay. But are you frustrated how many soft men are in America right now? Few and few of us, and stay strong. Yeah, I was until I heard Dana White say, just run over them like savages, right? Be an absolute savage and run through these beta boys. Just run through them, destroy them, right? And that's the way we're gonna roll, right? And I speaking of Dana White, man, y'all got to see the turnout at UFC with Trump. All the big dogs are giving Trump love. All of them. It's good to see. Victor says Turk works. Yeah, man. That's right. All right, guys. I'm reading through some more comments. Yeah, once again, you're spot on about hate between conservatives. Yep. Yeah, you got to stay united, man. They want the division, dude. Hey, thanks, Mike. Thank you, brother. Thanks for buying a shirt. Thanks for support, man. But yeah, we got to stay. I mean, the tactics are they want to divide us. We can't let them do that. I mean, you see what's happening with the Trump and DeSantis feud amongst conservatives. Conservatives are attacking each other because of Trump and DeSantis. You just let it play out. Like, no reason to attack each other. Spend your energy on the left. You know what I mean? HE, thank you, sir. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it. Yep, brother. Truck talks will continue to come. I enjoy them. If I can, I got a video I want to film this week, kind of along these lines too. I'm gonna be doing a lot of this stuff. I mean, a lot of this is like me. I want you to know that I don't feel like I'm your hero or your daddy or anything, but sometimes I got to make these videos just to even give myself advice, right? I make these videos of things that I know that I need to tell. I need to listen to it for myself too, right? JB, thank you. Somebody's asking about order time for NMN. So I did a video about NMN last week, and I was saying that basically they had their ingredients got confiscated by the U.S. government, Joe Biden, because they're trying to get Big Pharma to take everyone out, right? They don't want you to get it. So they're working on it, and your shipments should be out within the next few weeks. Yeah, I should join the club, shooting up Bud Lights. Don't drink Bud Light, man. It'll turn you into a chick. No, it's not. It doesn't come from turkeys. That's funny though. We should start calling it turkey testosterone. That's funny. All right, guys. No, man, we do not sell the OG gun belt anymore. We have a new one coming out, Clay. A more streamlined model. I like it. It should be coming out soon, So so let me tell you, someone asked about Mark Fallows. He may be here in the chat, but he's keep him in your prayers. That's all I'm going to say. I'm not going to talk about his personal business, but if you guys would pray for him, he's always been a good tribe member, and he needs prayers. Okay. I start off with 4 a day, and the Black Forest turkey can take more. I'm taking 5 a day now. Yeah, you can. I mean, I think you can take up to like 6. But just run through the beta boys, guys. Let me tell you a little story. I wasn't going to even say this, but Thursday night, man, after after my truck talk, not the truck talk, after my live video, I had a bad situation happen with my leg, man. I had to go to ER at like 2:30 in the morning. I injured my leg really bad the other day, and I didn't know about it. So I had to go to the ER at 2:30 in the morning, was there until 6:30 in the morning. And then my little girl, my oldest little girl, had to go to the doctor. She had a appointment for her allergy. She's got very severe food allergies at 9. So I got home, and so I had to take care of the little baby. Well, my wife left and took my other girl. Well, the little baby's not sleeping, so I'm not sleeping. And then I had an appointment at noon, right? Business appointment I go make. So then I got done with that, got back to the house at 2. So I could have took a nap for like 40 minutes, right? But I would have felt like shit after a 40-minute nap, you know? So I decided, and I didn't get to work out that day. So I said, do I weigh it? Do I take a 40-minute nap, or do I get my workout in? I got my workout in. Then I went to work. I worked until midnight, right? Then I came home, worked till 2. So I didn't get any sleep for 24 hours. The thing is that most people would have slept. They would have called out of work. They would have canceled everything, right? But we don't do that, right? We grind. And I'm okay now. I just got to take it easy on my leg, man. But anyway, we grind. I know the haters like, yeah, love to hear about him in the hospital. Thanks. I'm still outworking you. Anyway. So Isaac's asking, does a larger dose give you more results? Obviously with everything, but there's also diminishing returns, right? So the law of diminishing returns. So anything you take to a certain point will not give you any more benefit. So the only way you're going to know, because everybody's body is different, is that you need to test, check until the point that you realize I'm not getting any more gains. Okay. But when you do this, you need to document how you feel, document for maybe a week's time what kind of weight gain, until the point that you're not making the same increasing muscle gain or strength gains or fat loss, whatever your goal is, whatever you're working on. Okay. Yeah. So it's funny that someone just said this. Oh man, speaking of David Goggins, please don't let me forget. Someone says that the VAX causes food allergies. And you're absolutely right. So my little girl, my oldest, I was feeding her peanut butter. Literally, I fed her peanut butter multiple times. Then she got her, you know what's for her, you know, the normal ones they give the children's. And she became allergic to peanut butter a week later. So yeah, 100%. So speaking of David Goggins, let's talk about him for a moment. So David Goggins did a podcast the other day with somebody called Chips and Caviar or something like that. Anyway, he calls out Dan Crenshaw because Dan Crenshaw slammed him back in 2020. And it's a beautiful, David Goggins rips Dan Crenshaw a new one. I don't like Dan Crenshaw because he's a rhino anyway. And I wouldn't comment on Dan Crenshaw's video. I think he blocked me though, because I called him a rhino. But anyway, it's funny though, because David Goggins calls out Navy SEALs as a whole, because a lot of people, and if you need to watch the video. So what he says is that when he ran like a 100-mile race, someone came up to him and said, oh, well, this is nothing for you because you're a Navy SEAL. But what he said is that Navy SEALs don't really work out that much. I mean, there's a few. You have your Jocko Willinks, you have those guys. But by and large, in the teams, they don't really work out that much, right? There's some that do. Now, I'll go on some stories here in a second. There's some that do, but by and large, most of them just do their hell week, and then life is easy after that, right? And he calls this out. He says this is how it is. And so he was getting upset because people were taking his hard work as he is being a Navy SEAL, that he just does this because he's SEAL. He's like, no. And he said he got put over the PT at his team And so he took it back to Bud style, you know, real PT, and they wound up kicking him out of the job, right? So he got fired from being the physical trainer, you know, for the team. And so he had a lot of problems. So he's not liked by a lot of SEALs because he calls this kind of stuff out. Anyway, but it's a beautiful, like he slams them, right? And this is the thing. Like I've been asking about SEALs before. I've had dealings with them. I've liked some, but a lot of them do have egos, you know. And I don't think they're well placed egos either, because like whenever I was deployed with them on a ship, you know, a lot of them were like in the team that was at least with that was during this specific deployment. They were all kind of chubby guys, and they really just sat around up on the flight deck and just like effing around. You know what I mean? In PT gear. I mean, really, they literally were not in shape. There was one of them in that team that was in shape, and I taught him because he'd be down there at the gym, and he actually, because he ran marathons. So that was like that's what he did. So he was in really good shape. But the rest of them did not impress me. One time, because I was a martial artist my entire life, and I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu early on, like, because I first got pay-per-view, watched Royce Gracie, so I got into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu early on. So it was like no one even really knew what that was, but they were up there doing some kind of hand-to-hand combat stuff up on the top of the ship where they hung out at. And one of my other Marines said, "Hey man, go up there and like, because they're wanting to, like, you know, I guess spar with people." And so I immediately like choked one out. I put one in a leg lock, like this. So then there was another time. I'd been off, like off the ship in the middle of the mountains, and for weeks I had not had a shower, not a hot meal. You know, I was dirty. It was raining, cold, terrible. You know, I smelled like a dead body when I got flown back to the ship. You know, and so I went to go get in the chow line up on the mess deck, and like I said, I hadn't had a hot meal, and I was in a bad mood. I'm a hothead, just so you know. I'm a hothead guy. Like, and I was way worse back then. I'm more tame now, but like I will check you on a heartbeat. You know, you might get hit. You know, you mess around if you come in my lane. And this SEAL came and cut in front of me, and I grabbed him by the throat and slammed him against the wall. I mean, he didn't even do anything, but like he didn't do anything back because he cut in front of me, like knowingly. And some guys grabbed him and said, "Man, no, this dude's been in the mountains for like a freaking month, dude. Like he's not in a good mood," you know. So those were just some stories. I got more, but then when I went to jump school, airborne school, and I actually sent this message to David Goggins. I'll show you. So I told him that I love the podcast, and I wanted to tell him about this story because he was talking about Ranger School. He went to Ranger School. So when I went to jump school, airborne school, I get there. I'm a sergeant, and the Marine liaison, he's a staff sergeant, and he's checking me in. And as I'm walking into the area where the Marines go, there's two Navy guys sitting there. I don't know who they are. They had their boots off, and they look like complete hell. Like they look like they get their asses kicked. You know what I mean? And so I go see the staff sergeant, checking in, and he's asking me, you know, he's telling me he's got a Ranger slot following immediately airborne school. And he's like asking me, do I want it? Because there's nobody for it. It's going to be lost, right? So it's already been budgeted, everything. He said, you just got to get approval from your command. And he was like, whatever you do, just don't quit like those two SEALs that you pass out in the hallway. And I said, wait, those were SEALs and they quit? And he said, yeah, they quit all the time. And David talks about this, and David hit me back and said, hilarious, man. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for sharing. People drink the effing Kool-Aid, stay hard. Anyway, when I called my command, though, the first sergeant was all about it. He's like, yeah, man, definitely. Go ask the colonel. Colonel's like, hell no, not having a sergeant gone that long. But what it was is it boiled down to jealousy. They didn't want me getting a Ranger tab, being a Marine, because there's very few Marines that have them, and they didn't allow me to stay. They said, we can't have a Marine gone that long, right? And so that was the start of me getting, hey, I'm getting the F out of the Marine Corps, right? So anyway, but people deal with that. I'm sure a lot of you veterans have dealt with things like that. Your higher ups, one of my buddies, he was doing personal security for the CO, and they came under fire, and the colonel takes his rifle, so the dude don't have a weapon now, and starts firing back, and so the colonel gets awarded a medal for it. And I mean, it's just the military, Anyway, I just want to tell those stories. Go check out the David Goggins podcast. So go say that I sent you. Go Chips and Caviar. Go say Black Scout Survival sent you, and give David Goggins. He's a good dude. I like him. Check it out. Anyhow, guys, as always, sorry I kept you so long, 40 minutes. Dang. Anyhow, guys, as always, remember to stay frosty, stay strapped, stay dangerous. Go pick up a shirt, support us, and happy Easter. God bless. Hope you enjoyed the day with your family, and never forget the reason for it all. All right. Take care, guys.